there, welcome back to 100 Blocks in 2025. Today we're going to work on block number 25, and it's going to be from the 100 Modern Quilt Blocks book, block number 38 on page 91. This is going to be another one of those focus on focal prints. I've got a fun one that we're going to work with today. Okay, to make this block, I need 2 half square triangles, and it says in the book to cut them 3.5 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm cutting my squares actually 4 inches, and then I'm going to lay them together and sew on either side of the square, just like we do any other time. And then I'll cut it with my Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer. And then I'm going to need a 2-inch by 3.5 inch strip at the top and the bottom. And you can see that I need 2 prints for this. One of the prints will be at the top, one will be at the bottom, and then we'll make our half square triangles out of the third. So we'll just have to make sure that our fish are going in the right direction when we put them into the block. What do I mean by that? I'm gonna sew them like that, but then when I turn my triangle, I want my triangle to be in either this direction or in this direction so that my prints will actually show my fish. Now don't worry, if I actually sew my fish upside down, I can just turn my blocks the opposite way, and instead of having solid at the bottom, I can have my fish at the bottom. Okay, so no big deal. Just this is how we're gonna sew our directional so that we know that we get exactly what we're looking for when we're done. So I finished with my triangles. I've sewn them together and cut them with my slotted trimmer, and I did exactly what I thought I was gonna do, which is I got them in a little bit upside down. Not a problem. I'm just gonna turn my little guys so that they're all swimming in the correct direction. And if it doesn't bother you, don't worry about it. But since it bothers me, I'm just gonna move this guy to here and this guy to here, and I get exactly the same look on the block as intended, just a little bit upside down. But if it doesn't bother you, go ahead and sew it anyway. All right, here's our inspiration, and here's our finished fish. I kind of like him. What do you think? So it just goes to show you, you can change the block if you need to, but also you need to pay attention to where your directional prints are going. But I like the little fish, or as my son used to call them, shishis. I hope you're making more blocks, and find me on the web at cabinquilters.com.